Hello there, sports fans. It's your old pal, handsome or ugly or anywhere in between. Depending on your proclivities, I could be the perfect thing for you or the worst thing you've ever seen. I tend to evoke strong reactions, or at least I like to think that. Perhaps I just evoke indifference. I have a major video coming out probably next week that I've been thinking about doing for months and months and months. And it might be controversial, but I think that if it's taken seriously, it could make a big impact. And the only thing that I'll give a little hint on about what it's regarding is that it's about our art scene here in Nova Scotia. So I'll say that much to get out of the bag. But for now, this is a disorganized post on my disappointment with Blue Jays management, particularly general management. Um, terms of trades and such and management on the field. I think they should step down um, and apologize to the fans for really bungling things bad. The hitting coach is gone, which I'm glad to see, but really, if it's up to me, Atkins, Shapiro, John Snyder, they all step down, leave the team in the hands of the great Donnie Baseball. Um, Major League All Star with a proven track record. I don't know what you, but I don't really buy the theory of like, oh, Schneider saw a lot of these guys in Double A, but this is the big leagues now, right? You need people who have competed on the big league level before, even from a managerial standpoint, that know how to win, both as player and manager on the big league level, like Don Mattingly does. So that's that. And they have bungled badly. They've done pretty well, this regime, on the pitching side. They've brought in some stud aces. Gosman, Barrios, Bassett. I know Barrios had like one bad season, but those guys are all, potential aces. Even Kikuchi, after his first season, he really um, was good. The thing about him though was that he would throw a lot of pitches, right? So he might give you four amazing innings, but he's gonna wear out the bullpen. So I think that was a good move, and they got a lot in return for Kikuchi with his contract being up. So that's actually one of the best trades they made was trading away Kikuchi. Um, they've even they've even done some good things in the bullpen, like bringing in Yimi Garcia and Chad Green. Although I don't think Chad Green should be closer because look how bad he faltered in that role. But otherwise, he's healthy. Um, I'm glad to see that they uh, re-signed Garcia, and I kind of thought they were going to do that, right? So like that was a good move. You trade him when his contract's up, so you get some return for him, but then bring him back in the next year as a free agent. Good move. The worst pitching move I think they've made was this offseason, and that was non-tendering Jordan Romano. I know he was hurt scuffling last year, but he'd earned his contract. He'd earned his chance to uh, to have another go at being closer. Like I think he's at least like three solid seasons as the man. Like he's money, right? So that's a horrible move. And the only pitching help the team really needs, I think, is in the bullpen. So I can't believe they allowed him to sign with the Phillies. And, part of that core again, disturbing. I think the worst things they did was at the 2022 season, off season going into 23, trading Hernandez and Gurriel in separate deals. That was atrocious. You can't, like, the whole line that we were sold was you're going to improve defense and you want left-handed batting to balance the line, supposedly, right? Here's the thing, though. Time to win is now. They both had a year left on their contracts, and they're both offensive powerhouses. And I don't they might not be a leaping catch like Kevin Kiermaier, Dalton Varsho, Kevin Pillar type player, but from what I remember, they both had cannons for arms, especially Teoscar Hernandez, and I don't remember them being particularly sloppy in terms of errors and stuff, like young Bo Bichette was doing in his first couple of years, where he'd make spectacular plays, right, but then boot the routines. I don't remember any of that kind of play from Ariel Hernandez. And look at what they got for them in return. So Gurriel, they trade him and Gabby Moreno, who I think had potential to be a major league quality catcher, for Dalton Varsho. And, Dalton's great speed, platinum glove defender, which is at least best defender in American League, if not all baseball. Um, and he's even got some pop, but he can't get on base enough for it to make a difference. He's too inconsistent with the bat. Um, and trading Teoscar Hernandez for Eric Swanson, well, he was a good reliever in 2023. He faltered bad in 24. Seems like he's getting it back, but that's th- I don't think you got your return there either. But the great Buck Martinez, he's always talking about, you got to build your core and then add your pieces when you have this core established. And they did a great disservice to the team's core by trading two of those guys away last year. How could you do that? Um, you know, like I don't understand. And I know like Teoscar didn't come up with the Jays, but he first made his major league impact with the Jays, so I consider him part of the core. Uh, Almost everybody they've added on the field has been a big disappointment, and weren't part of the core. Guys like George Springer, Matt Chapman, and both again excellent defenders. George was a good hitter at one time, but I think he's lost it. I don't think he can hit anymore at the major league level. Um, Kiermaier, he had the one good season hitting, but he couldn't do it again. They also, for guys they had like Santiago Espinal, he was an all-star, and they started screwing with his playing time, and then that messed up his hitting a little bit enough so they got rid of him. And, like they bungled him. Like he needed to be playing every day. He had done nothing to play his way out of the lineup. I don't know if there's off the field politics, or if he was acting up in the dressing room or something, but that was a bad move to let Espinal just falter and be traded away. It was great. Um, and bringing in like Justin Turner, Daniel Vogelback, none of these guys worked out. Brandon Belt, oh, let's get another left-hander. Um, well, Belt couldn't run, he couldn't hit, not consistently, and he couldn't defend. And that guy had the gall to be chanting MVP, MVP in the dugout for himself. Like when you're struggling, get behind like who would have been hottest that year, 2023? Bo, right? So you should have been MVP, MVP to Bo Bichette, right? Not to yourself. Good Lord, silly. Um, what? Oh yes, and the last thing I want to talk about is um, this latest trade that they've made. So the people of significance being Spencer Horwitz and I believe um, Andres Jimenez from the Cleveland Guardians, if I'm saying his name right. So, Horowitz was not a great defender, but we've got plenty of defense. But he was a hitter and a good hitter from the left-handed side. And you've got this Jimenez now, who's supposedly the best defending second baseman, and then but you gave up offense to get him, and he's had some offensive success in his career, but they've taken on a big contract. And he's the right age; he's only 26, but there's no proven track record that this guy's going to hit. So, like, what are they doing? And those are the only significant moves of the offseason so far is re-signing Garcia, which I support, even if it doesn't work out. It was the right move to make based on all we know. And this Jimenez trade, which, like, even on paper, like, it doesn't look quite right. They don't need any more defense. They won the team gold glove for defense last year, finishing in last place in the American League of 14 games under 500. Clearly, defense is not the issue. They need offense and relief pitching. This is it. If I become prime minister, I'm going to nationalize the team and put people in charge who know what they're doing. Get a good hitting coach, get a good manager, and let's have a winning team. This is Canada's team. We deserve it. You guys need to step down and apologize. Okay, serious video coming next week. Arrivederci.